If you've been on the internet at all the past couple days, I'm sure that you've already seen this clip from Hasan Piker where he used a shock collar on his dog and then proceeded to say that it was just a vibrating collar. There is a ton of drama behind this entire thing. The point being, today, I'm going to walk you through the entire thing. If you don't want to feel like seeing the exact video over again, just skip a few minutes. I'm going to give my thoughts, and it's not going to be just about what I think. We're going to get into what the internet thinks about this as well. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's get straight into it and watch this initial video where Hasan's dog, Kaya, yelps after he appeared to reach for something while telling her to get back in place. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to give commentary throughout because we can't use this content without doing so. I'm going to give my full thoughts on the situation after we're done watching a couple clips here, okay?
Of all of America's much more consequential violence.
So you see the dog got up, the dog's moving around,
the same reason
and he gets pissed off about it.
Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
The dog yelps, okay? And what you're going to hear, the arguments that you've been hearing online is that she caught her dew claw on something, is that it was just a vibrating collar. But what you can clearly see over here, which we're going to expand on, okay? He's annoyed with her for moving, which is ridiculous in itself. He reaches off stream for something. He clearly reaches for something there. The dog yelps. The dog was shocked. We're going to get into it again, but here you go.
Just stop.
So we expect this animal to stay stationary for hours upon hours while he streams.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby.
Oh my God. Crazy. And no compassion whatsoever. Doesn't check. Like, again, you know, she caught her dew claw on something. Yeah. Anybody would get up and be like, oh my God, why is my dog yelping?
It's just... You're making her stressed. She just literally...
That's probably the case as well. And what he's going to go on to say is that she's spoiled, you know, as spoiled dogs do. Just lays in one spot as somebody streams, not allowed to move.
Is so incredibly spoiled from my mom.
And another thing that he failed to do right now, and I don't know if there's going to be more.
Come over here to see what's up. She just wants to fucking roam the house because she got to roam the house.
Oh, God forbid. God forbid a dog wants to roam the house and doesn't want to stay stationary. God forbid,
when I
right?
was gone. And she needs to literally have the same structured, regimented...
Excuse me? I don't know if there's anything else to this clip over here.
I think this clip went to Trump's big baby desk immediately. I hate
Okay, so there's that first clip, and then I'm going to bring you to another clip over here, okay? This is... I don't know how long after this was, but there is a clip of him showing off the collar after he already shocked the dog. This should have been something that if anybody, let's say I did the same thing to my dog who is not behind me at the moment. If something happened to her, first of all, she caught her dew claw or something, if she yelped for any reason, I would turn around and I would check on her. Secondly, if people were like, oh my God, you shocked your dog, I'd be like, no, first of all, dog doesn't need a collar in the house in general, okay? I don't think it can't be comfortable for them to wear a collar consistently 24/7. I can't believe people do that, but that's a conversation for another time. I would immediately take off that collar and be like, here you go, guys. Look, it's not a shock collar. She happened to yelp for whatever reason. But here you go. Let's watch this.
This is the one that people are talking about.
Oh, is it? Are we sure? People buy this stuff, man.
Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it. Are you happy?
Now, a lot of people have been breaking this down. I'm not going to zoom it for you because I think people are looking a little too in-depth with this, and I want to give my take on this entire situation. It looks like there's tape over it. You can't really tell from what we're looking at this second over here. It looks like that there's tape on it. Also, prongs are completely detachable, and he could have just removed the prongs.
That's it.
But again, we're going to talk about all of that.
There's the air tag. There's the fucking vibrator. It also has a flashlight component to it at nighttime.
Wow, that's just so great for all the NPCs to believe, eh?
It has a tracker on it when she gets lost. If she were to act...
Yeah. That's why we have a shock collar.
If she get fucking lost. You are able to... it emits a sound.
Dude, it's just damage control, man. Damage control. And I don't know if there's anything else to this clip over here. It looks like he's just getting up. Oh.
There are days where Kaya doesn't wear a collar. There are days where she wears a different collar.
Now, I don't watch Hasan streams. People have been saying online that she sits there for hours upon hours while he streams. I would imagine that's the case from what we've just seen, but I can't confirm that in general. I'm just going to talk about the idea of using a shock collar in just a minute.
This, in and of itself, doesn't actually work in the way that you think it does. Okay?
Oh yeah, I'm not going to listen to that entire lecture about the vibrating, okay? It's just cope throughout the entire thing. So let me bring you over to another clip over here where people have been bringing up this clip, and I didn't know about this until I've seen it floating around. This is another clip of him just talking about dogs, if this gives you any context and how he probably feels about the situation.
Just such a lib-ass, like, oh, dude, please don't get a Frenchie. I just wrote a Vox article talking about how problematic they are. Like, I don't give a fuck. I know they have breathing problems. I know they're incredibly fucking inbred. I don't give a shit. I know. I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. This is a dog.
It's always possible, okay? It's always possible that these things are taken out of context. Doesn't seem like it. There is one more thing I want to show you before we talk a little bit more about this. There was one thing, and how do you think that he responded to this initially? Sorry, I had to do a little bit of a jump cut, but this is all he had to say about the situation initially. And people are already talking about, you should just shock your dog about it. So I want to talk about this entire clip in general, and then again, I want to get into what the internet had to say about this in general. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the video, please hit like and subscribe if you have not already. Let's get into this entire thing, okay? Because I want to talk a little bit about the use of a shock collar, and, you know, people have been talking about dog training in general, and I will present to you the uncomfortable but accurate truth on the matter, okay? Now, like I said, am not going to entertain a second of the lies followed from, like the conversation in the clips, okay? I don't want to hear about it being a vibration collar. I don't care what kind of collar that he brought out afterwards to show the camera. I'm not buying any of it, okay? I don't care about the piece of tape. I know we talked about it. I don't care about the piece of tape. I don't care about any of it. He's probably lying. There's probably tape on it. A lot of prongs on these collars are detachable. He didn't care to check on his yelping dog, and it didn't get stuck. I don't care what kind of hoops people are kind of constantly trying to jump on over to just get me to believe something different. We saw what we saw. We saw a dog react in pain as his son just reached for something that was off camera. He did something and the dog yelped. He clearly, as we took a look at, reached for something off screen, being pissed off at the dog, and the dog yelped. Animals don't just cower like that and yelp like from a little gentle buzz. They cower from that from either pain or the expectation of pain from a punishment that they don't understand. Now, guys, oftentimes on this channel, I say that the simplest explanation is almost always the correct one, and here it is. Hasan very likely hurt his dog to make it obey, and then he proceeded to just post online here and just consistently lie about it, okay? But honestly, guys, okay, there is a little bit more to this discussion, and I'm all for arguing against, like, prongs, voltage, things like that. I'm against all of those, to be honest. It's understandable, and I like that people are uncomfortable about seeing a dog shocked, and I get why that's the conversation. But let me ask you this. Why is that dog being punished? The dog was punished for moving, for getting up and moving from a small bed that apparently it's supposed to just sit on motionless for hours upon hours as this dude streams. I don't even know how long his streams are, but he does it full time. Like, come on. Think about the selfishness and the lack of respect and care for a life there. A dog, and a lot of people have been talking about this, a dog is not a prop to make your room pretty. It's a living, breathing animal with needs, and it needs to run, it needs to play, it needs to explore, and it needs to move around. You guys see all of the time on stream how often my dog comes downstairs. She's allowed to roam free throughout the house because I took the care and the compassion to train my animal to behave properly, and I do not need a shock collar to do so. She's oftentimes, actually, funny that she's not here, she's oftentimes sleeping next to me while I work on my PC here, and sometimes she's like visibly dreaming. That's why she's still, and that's usually because I take the time to run her before hopping on here. Other times, if she's roaming at home, if she's with my wife, every single time that she shows up, every time without question, I stop what I'm doing to show her the affection that she needs. On top of that, I'm legitimately happy to see her. For those of you coming over from the Fortnite channel, how many times have I let my teammates die because my dog came downstairs? She deserves that. For Hasan to demand that it act like a statue for his own personal convenience is abuse in itself. Like I and many others have said here, that is a living being, not a prop. Get a fish, get a cat, get something that'll just sleep in the background. Do not get a dog, an animal that thrives in activity and interaction, and then proceed to punish that animal for exhibiting literally its most basic behavior ever. At the very least, you should be letting your dog roam around the house. If you are unable to, or too lazy to train it not to destroy things, that is a failure on you. And again, abuse to your animal. It's on you to take on that responsibility. Dogs should have free roam at the vast majority of its home. I get like particular bedrooms and things like that, but not like we're seeing here, okay? And guys, don't even get me started on all of the excuses for this. While it is nice to see a lot of the internet coming together on this one, there is a fair share of defenders along with this. The one that gets me the most, and I will never understand how people think like this, is, oh, it's just a dog. That's crazy. And quite frankly, that's a revealing thing to say, okay? Dogs feel just as much as we do. Dogs feel fear, like we've seen in that clip. It feels anxiety, joy, loyalty. Run it through all of the emotions. They feel them all just as much as we do. If you can look at man's best friend and honestly say something along the lines of, it's just a dog, it doesn't matter, that tells me literally everything that I need to know about you. And here's another thing for you guys to keep in mind. You can tell a lot about a person just by the way they treat animals, especially when it comes to dogs, because again, this truly is man's best friend, okay? Anyways, there's another stupid argument that I've been seeing online a little bit when it comes to this entire thing, and it's something like, oh, well, you better not be eating meat if you have a problem with this. It's just not part of the conversation, and honestly, like, while we're on that topic, okay, yeah, I do have a problem with the way animals suffer around the world. I probably think about that more than your average person. I hate that our world exists, like, where things have to consistently suffer just for us to thrive as humans. But that's not the conversation we're having. I'm having a conversation about one specific act of abuse that was going viral. It's a low IQ argument to be making. And while we're a little bit off topic, isn't it kind of funny, to be honest with you, how you have a man who's kind of like built his entire brain on empathy, you know, and getting an audience who thrives off of that type of stuff, then you end up seeing something like this. It's always this way too, and I've said it 1,000 times on this channel, guys. You have to be very, 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 very careful when you're watching someone go like completely over the top on one side of these political arguments, because oftentimes they are the ones with the biggest skeletons in their closet. Little bit of a conversation for another time, and I got a little bit off topic, but it just proves to be true over and over again. But guys, training a dog is about building a bond and a partnership based on love. There's a reason why I consistently say, and it's always been known to be man's best friend. You build trust, you build communication, you use positive reinforcement when you're training a dog, and I will not hear otherwise on that, okay? That is the correct way to train a dog, and if you are incapable of that, you are either too lazy or you don't care to take the time. You reward good behavior, and you need to gauge patience to understand an animal's needs, and it takes time for them to get the hang of human life because they're not people. You don't instill fear into that dog. I said something along the lines of something like this over on X yesterday, where it's like, you don't get to just shock your dog into obedience because you lack the care to train it responsibly. You don't get to do that to an animal. You don't get to dominate an animal because it's more convenient to you that way. That's heartless, that's abuse, that's cruel, whatever it is, I don't care. All of it. The use of a shock collar is, and always will be, a tool for animal abuse. It is a literal crutch for laziness, incompetence, and again, I will use the word cruel for people who do not care for the life of an animal. If you need one, or if you think that you need to get one, you have failed as a dog owner. The good news is that you can always turn it around. Dogs are incredibly adaptable creatures, and they thrive off of being loyal to you, unless you're having them sit down being motionless, and they're supposed to be your best friend. You need a healthy relationship with your animal. If not, you do not deserve the blessing and responsibility of having the experience of growing up or having a partner in life, that being the dog that you ended up getting. I talked about that a little bit longer than I wanted to, because I also wanted to gauge the internet's reaction to this entire thing as well. It's just crazy to me, and it's really, really upsetting knowing that there are animals out there that live like this. But of course, it's not just about what I think. I wanted to get what the internet had to say about this as well. Like and subscribe if you have not already, by the way. We upload lots of videos about things going on in culture, the world, all of that, dating, things like that. Let's continue on to one of the posts over here. He's got a shock collar on the canine turned up to the max. When you use one, especially on young canines, as any trainer will tell you, you're not supposed to do that because it inflicts pain and fear, which crosses the line into animal cruelty. When you calibrate these collars, you're supposed to start out at the lowest setting, then work your way up, until you gain their attention, never getting to a level that indicates pain and a fear response. They're only supposed to be used to get their attention and mitigate a potential danger or compliance with a command, requiring a low setting of 5 to 10, maybe 15. Most canines respond to lower settings or use of the vibration or tone function, not a 100 plus shock. When the dog yelped, he clearly reached for the remote, then activated it. What he is doing there is abuse. It looks like one. I'm not going to hear otherwise. Everybody's jumping through hoops like we talked about. But even then, I don't care. I don't think that people should be using shock collars in general. You failed as a dog owner if you feel the need to use a shock collar. It's not difficult to train a dog. You just need to know what you're doing. Watch a couple of YouTube videos. There are thousands of them out there. Hasan Piker is a soulless demon who shocks his puppy live on camera. What do you think he'd do if his team ever won? Oh, that's definitely a thing that we're not going to be talking about over here. We have the most viral reactions. Get into this. Okay, we're not going to be talking about that. Okay, I didn't think that was going to go there on YouTube. Quite frankly, I think that it's crazy that people could possibly point to such a thing. Okay, I think that's absolutely insane. Okay, we're not going to be talking about that. YouTube. We're just reporting news over here. We're just reporting news and what people had to say about a situation. I wasn't aware that was going to come up, okay? You can tell, hey, there you go. Hey, didn't I just say something along the lines, you can tell a lot about a person by watching how they treat animals. You are a bad person. Guys, that is completely accurate. All you need to do is sit down and you need to watch these people. You need to understand, you can know, like, every little thing about them. Dude, one of the biggest tests for my partner, who is now my wife, was how she was going to treat my dog when she first came over. Because if there was any sort of mistreatment, or if my dog didn't even like her, she was going to be gonzo. But my dog ended up loving her, and she ended up being the most amazing girl under the sun. And we're still together 10 years later. I love her with all my heart. But hey, dogs are good, man. Dogs are good. Let's continue on to the next post over here. Why even have a dog if all you want to do is lay there? Get a stuffed doll instead. I know. It's ridiculous. Actually, the top reply probably has it on the nailed it on the head over here because it makes him look relatable. Brand decision. Probably neglects and hates her. Yeah. That dog, you need to let it walk around. He got pissed off at it for moving. Why doesn't he just put it on his neck and click the button to prove it doesn't shock the dog? Or just show us the collar immediately when people are going, oh my god, you just shocked your dog. And he shows a collar afterwards, and we're supposed to buy that. Like, it's crazy to me, man. He's hiding the base with electrical tape, which you can clearly see has a serial number on the bottom and is now hidden. The charging port clearly matches up with the shock version. I know a lot of people have been doing all of this, but people are also posting pictures where it's like, no, this is actually the same one as a vibration collar. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not familiar with, like, the exact look of them. All I know is that with shock collars, you can oftentimes remove the prongs, and it really is that simple. It does look like there's tape on there. All I needed to hear, guys, I don't need to take a deep dive into this at all. I don't need to take a deep dive, like I talked about when I gave my initial thoughts over here. I saw what I saw. He reached for something, the dog yelped. Oftentimes, the most simplest explanation is the most plausible one. F you, someone says. Shock collaring that innocent dog for no reason just because he wants to walk around. That's not a prop for your stream background. That's a living being. You sick F. Well said. Completely well said with that. You can tell, hey, we have a lot of people agreeing with me over here. Dude, I know it wasn't like a complete unique thought, but I thought I was like kind of cooking when I said that, to be honest with you. That's a good line. You can tell a lot about a person, how they treat their dogs and how their dogs react to their people. She's walking on eggshells, and if he didn't zap her with a shock collar, then she yelped at merely hearing his agitated voice. This is an abused dog. I agree. And the reply is correct on this as well. Shows no concern for the dog at all. No comfort, only name calling. Yeah, you would think like, oh, she hurt her dew claw? Oh my god, I might have to check on her. Or if you didn't know why she was yelping, you would at least like turn around with a little bit of concern. You didn't see any of that. He caused that pain. Notice how once he yells just before he shocks her, Kaya recoils and turns to go on the bed. His son not even watching her shocks her anyways. She was doing what he wanted. Let me see that clip again over here, okay? So hang on, over here.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go.
Oh, I didn't even notice that part. I'm really good at like not getting upset about things, but something that I struggle to not be upset about, and call me like a little baby all you want, that's like putting it lightly, but I have a real big soft spot for animals and when animals are mistreated, and I know that a lot of them are like stuck in homes like this. It's sad to see. They're supposed to be like, your loving best friend. When that dog walks up to you, you're supposed to be like, oh my God, my best friend. That should be the relationship you have. That's what they're meant to be. And I get there are very, very particular breeds where that might not be the case, okay? I'm talking about the vast majority of dogs over here.
Oh, just stop.
He did it anyways. I didn't even notice that. She was doing exactly what he asked, and then he shocked her anyways.
Same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
It's upsetting. It's upsetting. I can't help it. It's really, really upsetting with that type of thing. Okay, let me get back to where we are. She was doing what he wanted. He said, "I can hold up, I can hold up a spoon and say it's a fork. Doesn't make it a fork." Yeah, I know. He could have held up like anything. Guys, yeah, this isn't the same phone that I had yesterday. As you can see, there is a camera over here. This is just a little bit of a similar case. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how people are consistently buying these types of things. As if we don't all have eyes and ears and can't see how uncomfortable the dog is or hear that terrible yelp for help. The only person he's trying to convince of that bullshit is himself. No, a lot of people believe that, dude. A lot of people believe that. And we love to see an MMA fan back there, too. I know. This is again, I think that everybody overanalyzes a lot of these situations. As if we all don't have eyes and ears. Stop there. You saw what you saw. Right? I would be shocked. Like, no pun intended. I would be shocked if it came out where it actually was like, she actually did get stuck or something. I always wondered why his dog was always sleeping in the same spot every stream. I figured there must have been some sort of training involved, but this is actually more F than I imagined. A dog is not a stream prop. You cannot shock it because it wants to leave its bed. I agree with that. And I'm taking people's word for this. I don't watch his streams. I don't know if the dog is always laying there, but regardless, to have it lay in one spot and not move is a problem in itself. I don't care. Like, I know people talk about like place training and things like that. No, that's ridiculous as well. Dogs need to move around. They're not cats. They're not fish. They're not like, they can't be cooped up like that. If you're, no, like I was about to say, if you're going to run them like hell, but no, they need to walk around. They deserve to be able to walk around if you're going to invite them into your home. Would you do that to your child? They feel just as much as we do. Bro zapped the poor dog. No, and sorry, I don't know. Or I mean, probably no hesitation live in front of 40K because it wanted to stretch its legs. He definitely does worse off camera. Forgot to touch on that point. That's a very, very good point to bring up. If you're seeing him get angry at his dog and shocking his dog for moving, what do you think happens off of stream? That's where some of my anger comes along with these things, because oftentimes it's a lot worse off camera. Can't the dog get up from its effing bed? I know. I know. It just has to lay there no matter what. Can't even stretch its legs if it wanted to. Yeah, he definitely shocked the dog to keep her from moving. Dude's a genuine monster. He's using her as a prop and not letting her walk around a little. Incredible how evil this guy is. I'm glad that people are seeing this the same thing that I was and saying that he's using the dog like it's a prop just for the background. Like, people go on the stream, oh my God, he's a cute dog. What a responsible guy. You know, like, that's probably how he wants to be viewed, with the dog just sitting there as a prop in the background. XQC says there's a 98% chance that his son used a shot collar on his dog. Let's see.
I'm not even gonna be a hater. I'm giving it a fair chance.
Hasan the soy boy.
Is he gonna watch this whole clip?
That's a Steam Deck. I'm not even being weird. You see the arm movement, right?
Oh yeah, it's just breaking down a little bit more of the same thing. I don't want to waste your time today, guys. He's breaking down the exact same thing that we were seeing, so we'll leave it at that. My apologies, okay? Let's continue on over to the next post. I always wondered if son hate was exaggerated, but using a shot collar on a small innocent dog is unforgivable to me. To be honest with you, if somebody knows that there are better ways to train a dog, because there are people who get convinced, like there are people who get dogs, they're unfamiliar with dogs, they've always wanted a dog, but the idea of a dog, you know, potentially being aggressive as it grows up could be terrifying to some people, and then they might have received some bad information from somebody where it's like, oh, just get a shot collar. Oh, it doesn't actually hurt the dog, it just spooks them a little bit. And I understand, like, it's again, I can dive deeper into this in an entire video. I keep not wanting to get off topic because I want to get into some other things that you can do. But my point being, it's not completely unforgivable. A situation like this is unforgivable to me, to be honest with you. But I can't do that. Oh, we're a man of faith over here. I struggle really bad with forgiveness. I struggle really bad with hatred inside, because I can't. Good people don't do that. Good people let their dog walk around. It's one thing to, like, not understand that there are better ways to train a dog, but, like, the hate that I just saw from him, the annoyance that I just saw from him, reaching over to shock the dog, and even now that it was pointed out, too, that the dog was doing that he asked and shocked it anyways, why is it right for me to want to forgive these people and hope the best for them? You know? Eye for an eye! Crazy. Like, I don't know. How would you guys feel if somebody shocked you? If aliens picked you up, you're supposed to learn their language. It's a little bit of a difficult adjustment for you. You don't know their way of life, so they just shock you for moving. No, you're supposed to give positive reinforcement. The collar is a secondary thing at this point. Even if this is true, why is a dog punished for moving 2 inches from its bed for hours? Why doesn't he care whatsoever that she yelped like that? Maybe because he's on record saying that he doesn't care if a dog is hurt because it's a dog. I don't know if I haven't seen a clip of him saying that personally, but to be honest with you, I believe it. And yeah, like the reply said over here, he didn't even check up on his dog after it yelped. It's because he knew the reason why it yelped. I agree with this, and we touched on this too. The collar is a secondary thing at this point. Why is the dog not allowed to move? Why is the dog allowed just sitting there like a prop for your stream? It's ridiculous. I saw this post over here, Miss Savage. Nah, that's effed up. Expecting your dog to stay in one place for hours while you're streaming, shocking them for moving. He doesn't deserve dogs. You do not deserve man's best friend. You do not deserve the responsibility of caring for a dog. That is 100% animal abuse. Collar so tight a woman can't get her finger in it. We're YouTube. I'm grateful to be on the platform. We're not talking about this, okay? We're just recapping the news over here. We're getting what a lot of popular posts had to say. This had 571,000 views, and this is why we are covering it. We are not making this anything political whatsoever.
And now it's mainstream. I love her. I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's here we get.
You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one.
There we go. Remember when I said he didn't take the care to actually properly train a dog, and instead he's going to shock it into obedience? He doesn't even know how tight a collar should be on a dog.
You're choking her.
She's like, she has a lot of neck meat.
Neck meat. Did she
And
say
now
2
it's
fingers?
Here we get.
Hang on.
I love her. I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's here we get.
You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't
Did he even adjust? No, he didn't adjust anything there, did he?
She's like,
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous there. So you're consistently choking your dog 24/7 too? Yeah, it's upsetting. I don't often get upset at seeing things online. This is one of them, man. This is one of them. I'm really, really upset. It's 100% a shock and e-collar here. Remove the contact points and put an electrical tape over the points. It sure looks like it. It does look like it, and I know that they are removable. And why didn't we see this like immediately when people in chat were talking about this, right? The reminder that pets should never be prompts in your stream or in your content. They should be allowed to come and go as they please. Their worlds are only as big as you make it for them. All they have is you. Best tweet we've taken a look at yet. Look how comfortable this dog looks. She's happy to be around. She's choosing to be around. It's funny that my dog is in most of my content, and she's nowhere to be found right now. But she comes in. She hangs out. She sleeps. She says hi to me. This right here is a dog that is comfortable, okay? This is a dog that clearly has some happy eyes there, is happy to be with its owner. This is a dog that's giving kisses and an owner that is showing affection for a dog. This is what having an animal should look like. That's what the dog deserves if you're going to adopt a dog. It's ridiculous that people have otherwise, okay? You can just tell this dog isn't happy. F you. Using a shot collar and getting mad when your dog is in the right place or a prop in your stream is disgusting. Go step on a Lego and stub every damn toe of yours. The dog certainly doesn't look happy in the screenshot, but I doubt if it's being treated like that it is it's a happy dog in general, man, especially being choked 24/7. Hasan acting like he didn't remove the shock points. I know. I know, but we've talked a lot about dogs. If you want to talk a little bit more about something going on, a little bit of internet drama, why don't you check out this video where we covered something else right here. I'd love to have you over there. Thank you for watching, everybody. Take care, guys.